these are the laws based on what? Implication. Whenever it is given a conditional. So conditional. So how do we discuss? So whenever a conditional statement will be given like this, P implies Q. What is the meaning of P implies Q? Already we discussed. If P, then what? Q. So based on this conditional statement, we can try to generate three important laws. One is called converse, another one is called inverse, and what? Contrapositive. So converse are also called it as reverse of conditional. This is the another name of this is reverse. Reverse of conditional statement. The given conditional statement is P implies Q. The reverse of that statement is what? Q implies P. Converse are also called it as reverse. The another one is, if the conditional statement will be given in the form of P implies Q, how do we get the inverse of that statement? So that is negation of P implies what? Negation. Just take the negation for the what? Hypothesis as well as negation for the conclusion. That is what? Negation of P implies negation of Q. And contrapositive. So contrapositive is nothing but what? It is nothing but reverse and then plus what? Inverse. So what you can get? Negation of Q implies negation of P. If P implies Q, its contrapositive is negation of Q implies negation of P. So these are the basic laws which we can use on conditional. There are other different laws are there which we'll try to discuss. So how do we prove all these laws? Means using the truth table. The initial to check whether these laws are logically equivalent or not means how we are going to do it by constructing the truth table for the two given compound sentences. So logical equivalence laws involving conditional statements. Previously we discussed some. Whenever a conditional statement will be given, how do we get the reverse of a conditional statement? How do we get the inverse of a conditional statement? And how do we get the contrapositive of the given conditional statement? Other than this, there are some laws which are very, very useful which we can use to prove the given set of sentences. So these are all the what? Different laws which we can use based on the conditional. P implies Q. Already we did prove that both are logically equivalent, and P implies Q is logically equivalent to negation of Q implies negation of P. Just now we discussed that it is called contrapositive. It is called a contrapositive law. P implies Q. So whenever P implies Q is given, Q implies P is the reverse. Negation of P implies negation of Q is the inverse, and negation of Q implies negation of P is what? Contrapositive. P or Q is logically equivalent to negation of P implies Q, because just now we proved that P implies Q, the first one, is logically equivalent to negation of P or Q. So if you take negation of P implies Q, what you can get here? Instead of P here you can take negation of P or Q you will get. So negation of P is equal to what? P or Q. That is what? The third one. So once you know the basic logical equivalence law of a conditional, then you can prove all these laws are very easily. So P and Q is logically equivalent to negation of P implies negation of Q. So we know that this is logically equivalent to, how do we write? Negation of P implies negation of Q. P implies negation of Q. P implies Q. Basic is what? This is the basic law for all these laws. P implies Q is logically equivalent to negation of P or Q. So you can convert this implication into the form of disjunction. How do we write? Negation of P or negation Q. So just now we discussed about what? De Morgan's law. Negation of negation, what you can get? So negation of P, this is negation of P, and negation of disjunction is conjunction, negation of Q. So finally it is logically equivalent to P and what? Q. It is very simple. So why I am saying that it is very simple, once you try to understand the basic law of conditional, then all we can prove. So to prove that, what you need to do, first you try to convert the given sentence into the parenthesis. What is given? P implies Q. This can be written as negation of P or Q by this, and then apply the negation, you will get this. Like that we can do all these. So this is the P implies Q and P implies R is logically equivalent to P implies Q and R. P implies R and Q implies R. The difference here, P implies Q, P implies R. So P is same, so that P implies Q and R. Here P implies R, Q implies R are same, so you'll get P R Q implies what here? R. So to prove all this, you just go through the truth table and construct the truth table for this conditional statement and for this compound statement, and for this compound statement you will get both are true. So these are all the laws, very very important, and you need to remember all these laws. So these are the different laws which we discussed for implication. In the similar way, there are some laws for what? By implication. Initially we started with the logical equivalence laws for disjunction and conjunction, and we used what? Negation everywhere. And then we discussed some of the important laws for implication, and the next logical connectivity is what? By implication. So we need to discuss logical equivalence laws whenever the conditional statements containing biconditional or by implication. So this is another important part of logical equivalence law. P implies and implied by Q is logically equivalent to P implies Q and Q implies P. So this is another one. P implies and implied by Q is logically equivalent to negation of P implies and implied by negation of Q. Just like what we have taken for what? Inverse of conditional statement, P implies Q. What is the inverse of conditional statement? Negation P implies negation Q. Just now we discussed. In the similar way, it is the inverse of biconditional what? Statement. Similarly, P implies and implied by Q is logically equivalent P and Q or negation of P and negation Q. So negation of P implies and implied by Q is logically equivalent P implies and implied by Q negation R. So all these laws which are very very important, once again I am telling, and we need to remember at least the basic laws. By using that, no need to remember all these laws. You need to remember the basic laws. What are the basic laws? Till now we discussed identity law, next one domination law, and then commutative law, and then associative law, next distributive law, De Morgan's law, double negation law, and the basic law of conditional. What is the basic law of conditional? P implies Q is logically equivalent to negation P or Q. Similarly, the basic law of this one is P implies and implied by Q is logically equivalent to P implies Q and Q implies P. So these are all called what? Different laws. So you might get a question that why we need to discuss these many number of laws? What is the importance of discussing about logical equivalence laws? As I said earlier, by using the truth table, it is very difficult to construct the truth table of the compound sentence if the compound sentence consists of more number of propositional variables. So the difficulty is, suppose I am having here, suppose if I want to check that whether it is logically equivalent or not. So what is the procedure here? How many variables are given here? 3 variables. One is P, another one is Q, another one is R. So 3 propositional variables are given here. So how many number of rows you need to get? true, 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 false, 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 and then false. Here true, true, false, false, true, true, false, false. True, false, true, false, true, false, true, false. Like this we are going to take three different propositions. And first we need to take PRQ, and then we have to take the compound proposition of PRQ implies R, and then what we have to take, P implies R, and then we have to take Q implies R, and then finally the entire compound proposition P implies R and Q implies R. Like this we are going to construct the truth table, and we need to check that the truth values of this particular column and the truth values of this particular column both are equal. Then only we can say that these two compound sentences are logically equivalent. So to do that, true, 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 PRQ, true, false, true, true, false, true, false, true, true, false, true, what you can get? True, false, false, you can get false, 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 you will get false. You know how to construct the truth table for PRQ. And then PRQ implies R. If this, then. So true, if it is true and this is true, you will get it is true. If it is true and the R is false, then you will get false. True, true, so it is true. True, false, you will get false. True, true, you will get true. True, false, you will get what? False. False, true, again it is true. False, false, also true. By the definition of implication, when this will be true and this will be false, then only it will be false. Otherwise, in the remaining other cases, it will be true. Now coming to P implies R. So check that P implies R. True, 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 false, you will get it is false. True, true, you will get true, third one. Fourth one, true, false, you will get it is false. False, true, you will get it is true. False, false, you will get it is true. False, true, you will get it is true. False, false, you will get it is true. Now Q implies R. True, 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 false, 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 true, true, false, false, true, 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 false, false, and false, true, it is true, false, false, it is true. Now take the conjunction of these. True and true, true, false and false, you will get false. True and true, you will get true. False and true, you will get false. True and true, you will get true. True and false, you will get false. True and true, you will get true. True and true, finally true. Now let us check this particular column and this column both are equal or not. True, false, true, false, true, false, true, true. True, false, true, false, true, false, true, true. Both the columns are equal. So therefore, this particular statement, these two compound sentences are logically equivalent. This is how generally we are going to check that whether the statements are logically equivalent. But the difficulty is here only three variables are there. Suppose I am going to take P, Q, R, S, T. How many number of rows you will get here? 2 power 5 equal to 32 number of rows you are going to get. If you repeat any row, if you forget any truth value, or if you write instead of true or false or true somewhere else, then entire truth table will be gone wrong and your problem will be wrong. So therefore, that is the main difficulty of constructing the truth table. So instead of constructing that entire truth table, then what we need to do, it is better to apply laws which are equivalent to that compound statement and try to reduce and prove it. That is the better way. So how do we do that? So to know that, let us first what we need to do, by using the logical equivalence law, we try to simplify the compound proposition. How do we simplify the compound proposition? Using the equivalence laws. Instead of going of truth table, so constructing truth tables, first try to understand how to apply the logical equivalence laws, so that we try to reduce this what? The given compound sentence. So here, to do that, what you need to do here, so first you have to take this, see, the solution, you just go through the solution, P or Q, and this is what the given compound proposition. So what I am doing here, I am taking P or Q and applying negation. See here, the negation is given to the entire this braces. So therefore, negation of P, you will get what? P here, negation of P, and negation of N becomes what? R. Just go through the De Morgan law. I am applying here De Morgan's law. De Morgan's law to this. So I am going to get negation of P is P, and negation of N is R, negation of Q you will get. So the next one, what is the next one? This is logically equivalent to P or Q, P or Q and negation Q. So I am applying what? Associative law, sorry, distributive law. Distributive law. Distributive law. See, P or Q and P or negation Q. So P or Q and negation Q. Like this I am going to take. So the entire compound statement can be written in the form of a simple form like this by using what? Distributive law. And then Q and P or Q and negation Q. What is Q and negation Q? True and false. False, false and true, false. You will get it is contradiction. Already we discussed about Q and negation Q under negation laws. So what you will get finally? P or F. Whatever you can take false value, here you will get the same P, that is P or F. We discussed already about what? Identity law. So by identity law, here you can apply identity law. So by identity law, you will get this one. So here we applied what? Negation law. Like this, we can prove that we can simplify this entire compound statement to what? This one. Suppose if the question will be given like this, prove that this entire compound statement is logically equivalent to P. Then if you don't know these laws, what will happen? You need to construct the truth table for the left compound sentence and construct the truth table for the right compound sentence and check that both the truth tables are equal or not. That is the procedure. If you know these logical equivalence laws, it is very easy to simplify the given compound sentence. Not only that, and it is very easy to prove that the two compound sentences are logically equivalent. So this is the importance of logical equivalence. See, we will get P or F and then finally P. So this is how we can simplify the given compound sentence. And finally, I am going to give one more example. Prove the following logical equivalence. This is logical equivalence which I am proving by using logical equivalence laws. So just go through this. P and P or Q. So first you have to take the compound sentence which is given in the braces and simplify it. P and P or Q. I think just now we discussed about one of the important law already I mentioned here, absorption law. By using the absorption law, P and P or Q can be written as P. So you will get P or P. P or P is what? You will get it is equal to P by an idempotent law. So that is what. Next, prove that negation P. This is also very simple to prove. So first you have to take negation P or negation Q implies P and Q and R is logically equivalent to P and Q. So to do that, first you have to take the left compound sentence, whatever it is given. This is the given compound sentence, and this compound sentence can be written. See, first what I am trying to do here, I am trying to eliminate the implication what is given. Let us assume that this is the statement A and this entire statement is B. A implies B can be written as what? Negation A or B. I am just writing here A implies B is logically equivalent to negation A or B. So that's why this is negation A or B. That is what we have written here. Okay. And then apply what for this? Negation of P or Q. What we can do that? To do that, what you need to do? Apply here what? De Morgan's law. Negation of negation P, you will get P. Negation of R, you will get N. Negation of negation Q, you will get Q. By applying De Morgan's law, you will get this one or that. So here we are applying De Morgan's law. Just I am writing De Morgan's law. De Morgan's law. Apply that, you will get this particular statement. So this is. And then next what we need to do? P and Q or P and Q are. So here, if you observe the two compound sentences, P and Q is there here, here P and Q is there. Let us assume that this is A and this is A and B. A or A and B. What we can write? I am writing here A or A and B. How do we write A or A and B? P and Q or A and B. A and this entire statement is A and B. B is nothing but what? R. So how do we write that? P and Q or P and Q like this. So separately, because P and Q and R can also be written as P and Q. So A or A and B can be written as what? You will get it is equal to A by using what? By using absorption law. So let us try to check that. So this is what? You will get A. What is A we have taken here? P and Q. Therefore, you will get it is equal to P and Q. See how simple we have proved that it is logically equivalent to P and Q. Otherwise, if you don't know these laws, again what you need to do? Construct the truth table for this entire compound sentence to the left side and to the right side and check whether both are equal or not. So this is, if you know logical equivalence laws, simple basic logical equivalence laws which we discussed, if you know that, and you can get very easily and you can prove very easily the two compound statements are logically equivalent.